Just out taking out the compost. Scraps, I mean. And it's a good time to have a look at some orchids and see how they're doing this time at night. Well, see those nice juicy buds there? Yeah, they're nearly open. What else do we have? This one's got some way to go. We have another. It was another warm day today. However, we're expected to get some cold days coming up. It's got some buds. Not too cold though. No frost or anything like that, just cold. This has a Dendrobium nobile. It's a big bag of fertilizer. It has a lot of growing to do because these are one of the canes. It's hard to see over there. There's another one. Just have to get those roots growing onto its mount. What else do we have here? These are the cymbidiums that I repotted. They had to be I don't like repotting, but I had to repot those. And I'm always curious about this one. You can see there that those long pieces sticking out are its flower spikes. Try to put my finger on one so we can identify it. There's one there, and another, and another. If you look on this one, they just got sheaths that hide the buds, which is good. It's the baby green eye. Nice full plant too. And what else do we have? Another look at Kinseniae. But a cold enough winter, that isn't enough to bring it into bud. Already getting quite dry, that end of Falcater. And what else do we have here? Let's go have a nosy up at the back of the garden. There was a branch sticking me in the back. Ouchie. Oh, that's the neighbour's dendrobiums. Those are nobly types. I've come up here to look at these ones. Dendrobium moniliformes. And I do believe there are some buds. It's really neat. This wiry looking thing, and they do get larger and they can get into pretty big clumps. And when they do flower, they can be pretty magnificent. Nice fragrance too. They look delicate, but they are anything but. Once again, I gotta do some weeding this weekend. I'll get on to that for sure. There's a slater there. And this is a dendrobium, Cymbidium garringii that I planted here. It's got a long way to go yet. There's another one down lower on the tree. They're all healthy. This is Vanda falcata. Once it comes up to this summer, that'll be its second summer mounted on. Got one right up the top in the fork of the tree. So all up there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and the fifth one, its canes are kind of pushed up a little bit here. It doesn't fall out of the tree, but it does have buds on its cane. Ow! Bumped my head, got a new scar now. So that is, this time I'll go this way so I don't stab myself. And let's have a look at some Latilas while we're at it. All coming up there. This is the propagation area. I took apart a big succulent, Graptopetalums. A couple of varieties of Graptopetalum and another smaller variety. We got a lot of cacti in there, like for people who want some cacti. Got some more up here, look, plenty. And up here too. Seedlings everywhere. I've had a couple of good waterings already. Succulents here too. For you Opuntia fans, these are my Opuntia seedlings. I'm going to put my hand on that because it's got glochids. But you can see my finger there as a comparison. They're getting pretty big. My hand. So these I grew from seed. This will be its 3rd year now. So there's nothing holding them back. They're just going to, they start off all spin like almost like a stem. They grow up like that. They put out their first pad. They start thickening up. And there's all up. There's 2 in that pot. That's 3 in that pot. 3, another 3, 6, another 3, 9, another 3, 12, plus seedlings that were a little late. You can see them in there. There we go. So they got pretty nice thick trunks going on there, and it's pretty close to the wall underneath the eaves. You see the eaves up there. So they get blocked a little bit of rain, but not much. Like these ones over here actually get a little bit more rain than they do. And this Cryptopetalum is pretty magnificent. I don't mind winter rain. It actually does them some good. The cacti don't need it. But they did get a couple of rainy days there, and these Echinopsis have fattened right up, and so have the Paradia Lenninghalsii. Like I said before, this one will just shrivel because we don't have any rain here. Hardly at all. Low humidity during the winter. And that icy rain we had, they actually sucked a lot of that water up, because the next few days after that were a little warmer, about 15 or 16 degrees. Had a few days over 20. So then the back here are some other Echinopsis hybrids. They were little offsets I put in there. This one's a much larger one. Actually, these get large too. They get really massive. And this is a kind of Graptopetalum. Got some what do you call them again? Peanut cacti, but this one has a very dark pink flower. I was lucky to get that much rooting up, because a lot of it had died. I don't know why. It's not a very prolific bloomer. We got a lovely Cressula, Cressula Lichenoideoides, and we got a nice Mammillaria elongata in there. That's we've been doing well for a number of years. This one looks like it suffered a bit of cold damage. Could be the cold, but it hasn't deterred it one bit. Some more peanuts there. And also in the garden, just literally have a look at the peanut cactus that I potted up into the garden. And down here we got Humifusa, plenty of Humifusa. So these ones have started to plump up. See that? They had roots and everything before I put them in. I started planting this garden in very late winter. So away they go. And what else do we have here? Something nice for feast your eyes on. We have the first daffodils. Lovely. Another one. Down here we have hyacinth, which you can smell. These are campanulas. A little bit quick there. Love this one. It's light yellow. Here is an iris. Got some more. Actually, this. Well, look what we have here. Caterpillar. Can it stay here? Let's move it on a little bit. This is a native plant of Japan. These leaves get enormous. You can eat them. They're edible. The stem part. Down here is another Latila. There's a nice flower. And supposed to be one over there, but I don't know. It hasn't come up yet. Small campanulas. A few more. Didn't like that 25, 24 degrees day we hit. And these are being cut back, my Sarracenias, to make way for new growth. And don't worry, these Venus flytraps will come back. In there somewhere. There's new growth coming. But all of these traps are pretty much run their course of life. They had to be cut off. And it'll grow back again. There is that Echinoceras, is that right? Pentagonus or Pentangularis, or geez, I'm making a mess of the names, aren't I? It's something like that. And I put this out into the garden now. There's I do see a lot of these actually in terracotta pots up on walls, so they handle the cold pretty well. The neat thing about these is they're really big, beautiful flowers. And this is a native sedum of Japan. Grows up in the mountains, and I've repotted that too. So they look like little cabbages. They've got typical succulent leaves, and then that will flower in the autumn or late summer. They're like tuberous plant. We got a nice big Echinopsis here. It's a nice big one. It's out here all during the winter. Got the full brunt of the weather. These ones I just put out here, but they're on the balcony. They also went through the winter. These are out in the open all the way through the winter, no problem. So it's this peanut cactus. It was out here all the winter. I just got a bit of a problem with scales, and I was hoping that the ladybugs would swarm all over it and eat all the scale insects, because they like to eat them. This one here has a lot on it of that white scale. I don't know if they're dead or alive. Yeah. And here are some native sedum spectabile. So these little rhizomes, they come up from the rhizomes and they start to form these cabbages here. And then it'll elongate and flower. Butterflies love them. All right, let me have a look over here. This is a big old Dendrobium nobile. Got a nice big bag of fertilizer, animal dung pellets. Who knows if it will bud up or not? It still has a chance to. It might. And then over here is another one. So here's a little bag of fertilizer there that I put. It's got buds. See them? One right there. And the moss ball is quite moist. Let's go around the back and have a look. Looking pretty green. Dendrobium hancockii. Thank goodness there are orchids I can grow without having to wrap them all up with cloth and everything. All right. It's looking nice and green. Sphander falcata, another one. This one will have a white flower, this one will have yellow. You can see right there in the tag. This one will be a white flowering one, and above it is the bag of fertilizer. It's just slow release. And as the water hits it, it releases some nutrients. It's another one, and a falcata, the one down here that has white flowers. A little bit of roots are starting to grow. This one's fattening up. It's good. Wait, we should have a look at Dendrobium luteGCI. Sorry, the light is on. It's now and then it's a little glary. It's making this tag look like something that's flying in from outer space. It's glowing so bright. But this luteGCI has survived perfectly. That's great. It means that I can grow these. They're not on the balcony. It gets too hot for them up there. And up here, I'm wondering if this will bud up because it's looking much better now. It's starting to thicken up its stems. So there's a chance. And this one here, there's a chance that this will go into bud too, because it's a nice healthy orchid. I think there might be buds. See the little protrusions coming out. There's no reason why it should not flower because it grew all of this. There you get something that looks like buds there. I'm not afraid to water, fertilize my orchids, as you can see there. This one hurt them one bit. But this slow release, it's a little stronger, and that's how I do it. I just put it up like that. So that when the water hits it, it releases some food. But then we just continue along. See what else is going on. I keep stuff in pots, and I half submerge the pot into the ground. But you can see here that this is starting to grow now. Look at that. Great. It may only be one stem, but underneath there is a long rhizome. And I got to keep this cool. It's a native orchid. It's like a slipper orchid. And these Butillas are well on their way to growing out. Growing good. Anything else going on? Nope. We do have lots and lots of resurrection fern, but this is native to China and Japan. So these can actually handle the dry season too. They just curl up into a ball. And they look like they're dead, and then as soon as the water hits them, they unfurl again. Pretty amazing. Of course, you do know that Phylogeny intermediate is now gone back outside. Still a little cool. It's quite cool out here, actually. It'll like that. Now, I came over here to do something. I completely forgot. I don't know what I was going to show you. I don't know. But over here is another very large Trichoceras huasha. It's got plenty of branches on it, and I've just taken it out from its hidey spot underneath the eave of the house. It's got a lot of mammillaria. You know the one. Gracilis. It's a little stretchy here and there, but it's all right. It's a lovely clump. Should flower nicely. And these Ceres Jamacarus, they've had a couple of big waterings. Yep, I'm expecting some flowers on them, and I also gave them plenty of fertilizer. Got another peanut cactus there, why not? Got an interesting crassula that actually did well through the winter. I was happy about that. Gifted to me from the neighbor. And it flowers a lot. I like it. So I grew another pot to give it away to somebody who wants some. We got the Pachanoi or Pachanoi cactus here. It's trying to grow. I did repot it last year. Yeah, it's going to start growing. I'm pretty sure it's showing some signs of that. And next to it is the ultimate surviving cactus of my collection, Gymnocalycium saglionis. They completely grew a new root system from nothing. They've been tossed up the side. Up here, they've been dropped right by the wall there and covered in snow, and then left there for one whole year, one summer, one whole winter. And I just thought, this thing is so hard to get rid of. It's not rotting, and it wouldn't die. But it had no roots. It was just a ball. And if you looked underneath, there was nothing. There was no sign of anything. It was just a ball with spines on it, just sitting over there. And I just thought, man, I can't get rid of it. It's just difficult to get rid of. So I popped it onto the soil here, and it miraculously sent out a new root system. And it just wouldn't do that. I was trying to grow a new one. This particular one is pretty tough and strong and hardy, and sometimes you do get ones that are not. They do die, and I've had some. Want to see? I'll show you some cacti skeletons. And one of them is a Saglionis. And it's got green on it because it's still trying to grow. But I got this terrible black rot. Blame that on the terrible humidity that we have. But you can see the green here that this thing is still growing. Right? And it's got, this one does have roots on it, but it's not in a pot at all. It's just been sitting here all winter, from that summer. We're looking at like 7 or 8 months. There's no rot. The only rot is just up here on that bit. It's like it's completely recovered. It's going to be repotted again. It's coming back to life. And this one is completely rotted out. Look at that big hole in it. This is my brain, Homalocephalus texensis. Yeah, that one's done. And that one is completely gone. Look at that. There's nothing left of that. Coriantha elephantidens, is that right? Poor thing. It had a bad root system when I got it, because whoever harvested them from out of the ground in the greenhouse, they ripped the taproot off it, pretty ripped off. It wasn't cut off very nicely, and I think it just developed an illness, a disease that went right through it and eventually killed it. But this Saglionis has been here all winter. Even got the snow on it and everything. And it's still alive, okay? So it's going to go back in a pot. You can see there the damage. And it's like it's healing from it. Because when I touch it, it's firm. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you found that interesting. And until next time, we'll see you. Bye-bye.